Head of the Egyptian Revolutionary Council, Maha Azzam, joins us now from London to discuss this further. Hi, Maha. So do you expect these amendments to get through, and could they pave the way for a potentially endless al-Sisi presidency?
It's a codification of what we're already seeing in Egypt since the coup, and that is an authoritarian state system run by the military. The consequences of these changes to a constitution that was put forth by the military themselves in 2014, the consequences of this is even more control of the military, more military trials, control of the military, not just of the judiciary, where they will nominate the prosecutor general, the head of the Supreme Council, and so on. Already the military has been interfering in all institutions of Egypt, but this will codify and give them supreme power. It will also codify their interference, which people are overlooking, into state contracts, economic contracts, trade contracts between institutions and the government and other outside countries. It means they can interfere in that. It means there will be even more corruption. It bodes very ill in terms of Egypt's future. It codifies the military interference in politics.
Quickly, is there anything that can stop it at this point?
Only the ongoing resentment of the Egyptian public to military dictatorship. There is growing anger and disappointment at the economic and political situation in Egypt. There has never been as much antagonism to the military as a whole and to General Sisi in particular and his clique. I think this anger will only grow, and we will sooner or later see that once the barrier of fear is broken, expressing itself on the streets of Egypt.
Maha, let me ask you this. When you hear the African Union deliver an ultimatum to the military council in Sudan, giving them 15 days to hand over to civilian rule, does it bother you that al-Sisi's military takeover was basically legitimized by that same body, or do you think it's perhaps not right for the AU to interfere in Egypt's affairs?
Certainly there are double standards here. We know full well that what happened in Egypt was contrary to the African Union principles and values and to those of all international organizations, and primarily to the democratic process in Egypt, which was underway since 2012. What we see in Egypt is a full-blown military dictatorship, and the African Union should reaffirm its commitment to its values and not ignore what is happening in Egypt as regards human rights abuses and in regards of the creeping authoritarianism that is being codified through a sham referendum which was probably going to take place. Sham in the same way that previous elections that tried to legitimize Sisi. However many referendums, how many ever elections he has, he will remain the coup leader that brought down Egypt's democracy, which will be revived one day. He remains an illegitimate coup leader.
Okay, Maha Azzam, we will leave it there. Thank you so much for your insight from London.